Hey, hi everyone, this is Mukesh from learn-automation.com. So guys, this is another video on the test project series, and today we are going to talk about how we can start working with web application. So let's quickly talk about what exactly you will get after watching this video. So we'll first of all talk about how we can install agent in our Mac system. So guys, in the previous session we have seen that how test projects support multiple kind of applications. So either you can use API testing, mobile automation or web automation. This video is all about web automation, and today we are focusing on the Mac. In the next video we'll talk about the different operating system. So once we install agent in our Mac system, we will register this agent. Once agent is registered, we are good to go. Then we'll create a job, and these are the actually steps that you need to follow in order to run your test on test project. So if your agent is down or if your agent is not registered, then you will not be able to run your test. So once your agent is registered, create a job, and then you can create your test. Separate recorder which is given by test project. So we will be using this test project recorder for recording our web automation, and once we get the recorded steps, finally it will create a test for us. And this video will focus on the cross browser testing as well, because we will be running our job on the different uh, browsers. And once everything is done, we'll also see how it will generate the report. So guys, it will generate a PDF report, and it's a downloadable report, so you can download this report, and this report also will have the screenshots in case if you have any failure. For that also we'll create a separate job which will have only the failed test cases, and will finally analyze the report. So let's get started with the first step. What we need to do, we need to navigate to test project, uh, and the moment you go to agent section, you can click on download agent. Right now I already have an agent which is running on my system. This is the version which the currently available, which is 0.56.1, and it is on idle state. If you don't have any agent connected, then you can click on download agent, and it will ask you to download the agent. The moment you click on download, the downloading will start. I already have this file in my system, so I will click on cancel, and let's see how to install this agent. So this is the test project agent which we downloaded for Mac. So let's quickly install this test project agent for Mac, and let's see. So just double click on this DMG file, and it will take few seconds to verify, and then you can continue with the process. So by default in my system it is blocked, so you can see just because of security preferences. So in case you also get this kind of issue, so just go to your Mac logo, just click on system preferences, and you will be navigated here. So just go to this security and privacy option. Okay, just click on OK, then only you will get this option. So just click on open anyways, and the moment you click on open anyways, it will take few seconds. Again it will verify whether this DMG file is from the verified source or not, and it is again give you warning that you want to continue, so you say yes, open. So let's click on agree, and it will take again few seconds for this installation, and it is asking us to drag and drop, so that's fine. Let's drag and drop here. Sorry, yeah, so it will take few seconds again. So it is copying all the files to the applications, and once it is done, you will be ready to register this agent. The moment you click on test project agent, it will take few seconds, and that agent will start in your local system. So you can see this icon, so it is getting started. So this is the same agent which we just now downloaded. The moment you click here, it says agent is starting, and the moment you click here, it will redirect to agents tab on test project. It's navigated here. Click on register agent. It is asking you give some alias name. Okay, so what I will do, I will say Mukesh Mac, and I will click on save. The moment you click on save, it is asking you to register. So you just click on register and it will automatically take all this processing, and it will connect with your agent with TestProject server, and within few seconds you will get a confirmation message that your agent has been registered. So if you go back here, it says waiting for agent to complete the registration, and let's wait. It says your agent registration is successfully. You can close this tab and click on OK. And if you just refresh, it will show you this agent has been registered, and if there's no error, you will get a completed message. Still it is in a starting stage. So this will be ready within a few seconds. So let's quickly create a fresh project. So you can also use the existing project which they have created. Okay, so they already created project, job, everything for you, but I will show you from scratch how you can get started. So click on the new project. It is asking us to give a name in the description. So I will say this is my Orange HRM project which I'm using, and this I will say my first project description, my first project, and click on create. Now your project has been created. Now you need to create a job. Okay, so you can create a job from this. You can say add a job and create a test. So let's create a job first. This job name I will give use, let's say sprint 1. You can give any name. I'm just giving that I want to run this test in this sprint. So I'm creating a new job called sprint 1, and I will say all test will be executing in this sprint. I'm just giving some dummy name and some dummy description. Okay, and click on next. Now it is asking which kind of job you want to run. So I can say I will be running this job on the web or mobile. So for the timing, I have registered this device on Mac, and I want to continue with web. In case if you have multiple agents, so whatever agents are connected with your particular account, it will list down here. As of now we have only Mac, so that is the only option we have. The moment you click on next, it will ask you this job you want to run in which browser. So you can select which browser you want to select. If you select all the browsers, all whatever test you have added in this job, it will run in all browser. That is a very interesting part here. So let's say for this job I want to run only one browser. In the next job I will select all these three browsers, or let's run the same job in all three browsers, and let's click on create. So this is our job. Now we have given when to execute and where to execute, right? But what to execute, for that we need to create a test. So if you just come here, you can see that we can create, we can duplicate, we can also schedule this test like when you want. Like as of now, right now it is on demand. When I say on demand, it means the moment you click on run, it will run. You can also give, like you want to run daily 3 a.m 3 p.m, you can give a specific date and time when you want to run, and you can also set the recurring. Okay, so this is called scheduling. This is something we can do in Jenkins via cron pattern, but here they have given the handy options where you can easily trigger the job on a specific date and time. Cool. So let's click on test and let's create a test. Again, it is asking, do you want to work for mobile, web, and the code? So this demo is only on the web, so just click on the web, click on the next. Now it is asking, give me the test case name and the description. For this demo, I am taking this application, which is Orange Source Demo HRM application, but you take any application which you want to automate, process will remain same. So I'm going to use this particular URL for our demo. Test name I will give login to HRM, or you can give just login HRM. Description, you can say this test case will verify login part or functionality. Click on next. It is asking which web application. The moment you click on web application, you can add your application here. So as of now, we don't have any web application, so it says no result. The moment you click on add a new web application, it will ask you name. I will give this is a CRM application. URL I have already copy pasted and click on finish. Now this application is already listed. And in case if you have multiple URLs, multiple applications, let's say you have a three environments: staging, development, UAT, final production. You can create all kind of applications here, and you can select from the drop down. Click on the next. Now it is asking how do you want to create the test. Do you want to record from the scratch? Do you want to edit it? And do you want to create a blank test? So I'm going to show you with recorder. Once we move forward, we will also explore different options. For the time being, click on start recording, record option, and click on start testing. The moment you click on start testing, it will create a separate session for you. That session will be started by test project. So how you can verify, you can see this logo of test project. So internally this Chrome session is getting started by test project. So whatever activities you will do on this page will be recorded. Okay, so it says waiting for web application to load. Okay, so this is your test, this is the application, this is the URL, this is the element locator, and this is the pause recording and play. So right now by default it is in recording stage. So what we will do, we will directly start recording the test. Since this is a login test, you can see I just have to enter username, password and login button. But let's see how it works. So you can see the moment I mouse over to different web elements, it is giving me different options, right? This is a link, this is a button, this is a span, this is the text box. Automatically it is able to identify what kind of web element it is. So let's say I want to click here. Okay, so what I will do, I will just say I want to enter admin. The moment I say admin, you can see on the left panel it recorded my actions. Click and with the value. Again I will say admin 123 and I will click on login button. That's what I want to do. And once it is done, I can close this session. I don't need. Let's close this session and that's all. The moment you press double shift from the keyboard, you will get this kind of option. So you can see we have actions, validation, attributes and save elements. So these are the actions which is already available. So you can either search all the options here or you can directly select from the menu. Similar way, you also have validations here. So you can also select which kind of validation you want and what attributes you want to capture. So our test is already recorded. The moment you go back here and just open this test case. So this is your test and you can see these three dot operators. So the moment I click on it, it says multiple options. You can rename the test. The moment you click on settings, you can also give some default settings which will be applicable for this particular test. And then we have input output. Okay, like in case if you are taking some input parameters, output parameters, that will be coming under this section. So as of now, while creating the test, we have passed only application URL as an input parameter and you can see it got highlighted. So the moment you start taking input parameters, you will see this kind of box and which will clearly say that this particular step is parameterized. And then we have assign to job. You can directly assign this particular test to a specific job. This is one option, but you can directly do from the UI as well. I will show you. You can say if you want to add some extra steps, you can add from here and you can select multiple steps and you can delete, you can add. I don't want to add any further steps as of now. Let's keep this test simple so that you understand the concept. Test complexity does not matter. It's up to you how complex operation you want to perform. Test project will be able to do it. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's go back to home. This was the project which we created. This was the test. Now, a very interesting feature which test project provide, like this test I want to run within this job. So I can directly drag and drop, and that job will be added within this particular, sorry, that test will be added within this job. You can see this, right? And I can add it, I can delete, and I can do many operations on this particular test. So this job, as of now, I have one test, but I can create n number of tests and I can add into this job. Now finally you can run this. So right now this particular job which we created, it will be yeah, just a second. Yeah, by default it will run on these three browsers. So the moment I run, you will see within few seconds, okay, you can see job execution is started, and it will start all the browsers which we have given as part of our you know uh, job. So Chrome done, it is running with Firefox, and once it is done, it will start Safari. So Firefox is a little slow, that's fine, but at the end of the day, if it is running our test, that's fine. Now when you see when we start running test on Safari, then we have to make sure that our default settings is true in your Safari browser. If it is not, it will fail. So I will show you that setting as well. Let's wait for this particular test which is running on Firefox, and at last it should start Safari, and it is loading. Okay, so depends on the internet connection, it will take the time and it will execute as it is. So it is just application is taking few time to load, and that's fine. All the three tests executed, and the moment you go here, just click on this job, and if report is not generated immediately, wait for a few seconds because it takes some time, hardly few seconds, and then you will be able to see your project here. So as of now we have only one execution in your project is listed here, and it's a web project, so you can see the web option here. The moment you click on your project, it will list down the jobs which you executed. So this is the job which we executed, and you can see it is passed 100%, and the moment you open this particular job, it will show you how many tests you have executed. So this particular test executed on Chrome, Firefox, and Safari browser, and these are the steps got passed. And very interesting part, you can download this feature like report. The moment you click on download the report, it will take few seconds, and again it will download the PDF. So it will save a lot of time when you have to spend so much time on the reporting part. That part is already taken care by TestProject. So you can say beautiful description, they are given report summary, how many tests you executed on each browser. So as of now there's no failure, so you can say no failure, no failure steps and all. Total time it has taken, for Firefox it took 33 seconds, for Safari 20, and for Chrome hardly 5 seconds. And this is like date, timestamp, everything. So reporting is the main feature which every project should support, which is already taken care by the rest project. Now let me do one thing, let me show you one more test, and let me fail this test forcefully so that I can show you the screenshot feature which taken care by TestProject. For that, again I will go back, and I will go back to our project. Let me create a fresh test under the same job, or I can create a separate job at all, and I will use the same test under that job. So let's create a new job, and I will say sprint 2, and this time I will be again using web. Click on next, and I will create a test which I will fail forcefully. Okay, so I can take any browser and click on create. Okay, so this job is created. Let me add a new test. This time I will again select web, and I will say failed test web application. I will be using the same web application which we added in the last test case. So it is still loading that application, CRM, next, and this time I will say record, start testing. Okay, so now application has been loaded. What I will do, I will try to, I will try to enter username and password, admin, and admin 123, and click on login, and I will close this application. So this is the same login test we recorded, and the same test I recorded once again, but this time let me make some changes forcefully so that it should fail. The moment I click on this login button, so right now you can see it has captured with ID, so this ID is BTN login. Let me give Mukesh any random ID I'm giving, because I want to fail this test. Okay, so right now ID is, ID value has been changed. Let's save this. Okay, and you can also see one thing, which the moment you open each and every step, you will find this information. So this is the command type for which web element, what actions you want. Main part, on failure, what is your behavior? Do you want to take a screenshot? Yes, we want to take on the failure. So this is the main part which I want to show you. So this is done now. Now again I will go back, and you just click on save and exit, and this is our test. I will drag and drop to sprint 2, because if I again drag and drop to sprint 1, it will run on all three browsers, which I don't want. I want only to run on Chrome as of now. So job execution has started. Okay, it will, this time it will fail, and it will take some time, because we have some default wait for each and every web element. So it will wait within that time period. If that element is not present, it will fail. In our case, forcefully we have given some wrong ID, so it got failed now. The moment you go back, okay, you can see this. First of all, the changes, right? The sprint was successful, so it was showing in a green color. Sprint 2 has failed scenarios, so it is showing you in red color. So you can directly navigate from here. So the moment you click on this analytics, or I will say report part, it will navigate directly to the same job. This is the test which we executed. It failed, and when you click here, it says failed, found by ID Mukesh, and this is the screenshot which they have captured. Very interesting feature. So you can also see it have also given a message that we tried at least for 15 seconds, but we could not find the web element, and it got failed. So till step 1 to step 5 it was success, step 6 failed. So complete, 80% of the test was successful, because it did username entering, password entering, only it failed at the last step. So 83% is the success ratio. The report part, it is again same, and this time we have the screenshot already attached in the report. That is very interesting feature again. Cool. So this is how you can run your first application, or first uh, so this is how you can run your first test on the web browsers. When it comes to mobile, we also have the similar kind of setups, few more changes that we have to make, that we will see in the next video, but it is as simple as that. We don't have to struggle much with the configurations. Everything you are able to handle with your portal itself. Only thing is, agent should be registered, that's all. So in the upcoming videos we'll talk about the different ways to run, and different devices which we can use for our test execution. So I hope you found this video interesting. If yes, then try the same thing which I showed you just now, and in case if you want to try with your application, please do that, because process will remain same. You just need to understand how this tool works. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye bye.